Is there proof of life beyond death? There's a famous quote that says that something that every person in the world has in common is death and taxes. So death is coming to all of us, and I'll tell you what, there's hope if you understand that there's life beyond this. Every culture in the world has believed in some form of the afterlife. You go from the Egyptians, you go to the Aztecs, you go to the Native Americans, you go to religions around the world. In fact, it's actually a very new thing to believe that there's no life beyond death. We need to look at what evidence there is, and there's compelling evidence through near-death experiences. When the heart stops, you're no longer breathing, and so you're clinically dead. But you have an experience of the afterlife, you're resuscitated and then come back and retell your story. And in fact, these are amazingly common. There was a study done to show that 1 in 25 Americans have had a near-death experience. But we don't hear a lot about these experiences. One of the reasons I think that we can trust these experiences is because of the common themes. It's amazing, out of these hundreds and thousands and millions of experiences that have been studied scientifically around the world, you'll see the same markers in them again and again. Just compare that to a dream where everyone dreams differently, and you might be dreaming about a unicorn, a flying carpet, going ice skating, hanging out with an elephant. You've got all this array of things, and yet when the near-death experience happens, they've got the same common themes again and again. A bright light, a passing from one life to another, a out-of-body experience, being able to see yourself physically from a different perspective, having this love and acceptance, speaking with Jesus Christ, having a life review, your life flashing before your eyes, seeing all the things that you ever did and all the things that you ever thought, having this heightened sense of awareness of your life, actually being more vividly aware of yourself than you do here on earth. These are all the experiences reported. They talk about these things again and again. It's like the same picture from a different perspective. The other reason I think that we should trust these accounts is because it's not defined by culture. We can look at some of our Western understanding and think, maybe near-death experiences have been influenced by TV, by film, by what we know of religion to look like, that there's going to be angels around us at the end. And in fact, there's been studies shown that 95% of world cultures have some mention of near-death experiences. And even there was a study done on 500 Indian near-death experiences compared to Western experiences. All the same markers, all the same themes were found in non-Western near-death experiences compared to Western. The other reason I think that we can trust these experiences is because we're hearing them from people that have nothing to gain. Professors, people who are surgeons, people who have got public accolade. And actually it would damage their reputation to come and fabricate some tale about going to heaven. But they feel compelled to share their experience that has ended up changing their life as they've seen a glimpse of eternity, that they just feel that they have to share it despite the cost of their own personal reputation. We've even got the experiences of children who would have no ability to really fabricate something or know what the common themes are of near-death experiences, retelling in their own simple words about how they saw Jesus and what their experience of heaven was as young as 4 years old. And their accounts are truly remarkable. One of the other things is the impossible knowledge that these people have. Things about the procedures that they went through, where they can recount detail by detail what was done to them as they were clinically dead. They also know things about loved ones that would have been impossible to know. People that maybe died when they were very young, and that they then recount details that are then verified by their other relatives. So as we look at all these reasons that we can trust these accounts, we find these things in the Bible. The love, the acceptance, the life review, find these things in God's word. And so all of these things are validated by what God says about what eternity is going to be like. So I want to encourage you, come and see for yourself. Hear the accounts, hear the stories, and hear the full detail of this message by clicking on the link and about why I believe that they provide proof for life after death.